everybody, and welcome back to Catalyst Pro Wrestling, the 12th encounter. I feel like it's been quite some time since I've talked to you all here in the CPW arena, but it's been the usual time, just a week. I have missed all of you, and I hope you have missed me as well. You are listening to the voice of the play-by-play commentator, Saber Kaniku, with color commentator Vincent Vanitas, as we are getting ready to call yet another exciting night of four-match action. CPW, the 12th encounter in our main event. Colin Sexton, after getting rid of Yuro Takahashi at Cataclysm in Miami, wants a shot at John Goodman's Will of the Present Championship. However, there's a big obstacle standing in his way, and that obstacle's name is Muda. That is your main event. You don't want to miss it. But first, tag team competition. To Chimera Brothers, look on to take Phantom Gate.
Yes, absolutely wonderful catalyst in Miami. Catalysm in Miami, excuse me, was fucking wonderful. But now we're back, and big things are gonna happen.
On the way to the ring, at a combined weight of 432 pounds, the Lucha Dragon.
We've already seen a title introduced, a main title, or more titles coming to the picture. And eventually we know down the road a joint pay-per-view between Catalyst Pro and Moonlight Wrestling will happen, but we're still very far away from that. We still try to handle business.
Yes, not only do we know that, joint show between the two promotions will happen, as we see Phantom Gate making their way out here. Uno to your left, Black Phantasma to your right. We also know that the tag and women's belts on the horizon. One set of belt to be shared across two promotions. It shall be something spectacular indeed. Maybe we will see the inception of both of those belts at this joint show. I do not know. You'll just have to find out by staying in tune with both Catalyst Pro and Moonlight Wrestling. Regardless, big things ahead for both promotions. You don't want to miss any of the exciting action that we have in store for you all across the weeks to come. Both the Chimera Brothers, and excuse me, cutting you off already. We just 2 minutes in, I'm already cutting you off. Look at me doing my job. But the Chimera Brothers and Phantom Gate, both are winless here in the tag division. That will change here tonight after this opening contest.
Indeed, and just to expand upon that, these two teams know each other better than anybody. Big rivalry they had in Moonlight Pro Wrestling. Traded wins back and forth, but Phantom Gate ended up winning that. Will that streak of theirs continue? They seem to have the Chimera Brothers number. Will that continue here? Oh, and a big strike already, going for a pin.
Yeah, that very classic Lucha strike, that overhand chop from Uno landed on Chimera 1, took him right off his feet. And then you see the Fisherman suplex, held the bridge but didn't hold on for too long for the pin count. It's Chimera 1 fighting back.
Chimera 1. Oh, look at that on the back.
Pump handle backbreaker from Chimera 1. I thought he was going to try to go for the buckle, but the hesitation there.
I think he went to check on his brother maybe for a second.
Gory position.
Oh, look at this, and a submission.
Oh, that's a submission instead. I thought he was going for the breaker, but no, he held it into a submission. Black Phantasma into immediately break it up. Now going up to the top rope in his corner.
Going for the elbow, but look at that. Black Phantasma moves out of the way. Oh, but Chimera 1 staying on the attack. Power slam.
Perfectly executed.
Black Phantasma in trouble maybe. Oh, but okay. Just as I state that.
And Phantom Gate already getting back into the driver's seat. He's trying to, his orders restored. Chimera 2 on the apron. And up on the top rope. Lucha corner.
Flash.
Holds the pin, far leg hook. Chimera 1 kicks out.
I don't know if Chimera 2 would have got there in time.
Chimera 1 pops right back up.
Playing a little possum, maybe.
Into the backbreaker. Tag is made.
And quickly got the hell out of there.
Chimera 1 still a legal man for his team. Big knife edge chop in the neutral corner. Two shoulder throws.
And his offense in. Alley-oop.
Yeah, alley-oop straight out of the corner. Chimera 1 trying to stay on top of his match, but he's been in the match for quite some time. Chimera 2 has not officially been in this match yet.
Indeed, if Phantom Gate can keep it this way, I'm sure they will. It's just to their advantage.
Very interesting tidbit. Both of these teams have history with each other from Pro Wrestling Moon 4 years ago. And probably even down in Mexico. I'm very sure it's safe to assume as Chimera 2 is in there to break it up.
You'll be right. These two teams have known each other their entire wrestling careers, and that's not gonna change. Have followed each other from promotion to promotion. And look at this small package.
Gets a 2 count.
Whoa. Oh my goodness. We might have saw our very first small package win.
Yeah, almost a flash pin there. If the pin was further away from the blue corner, I think he might have gotten a 3 count.
And he's going back.
The second time with the submission. Referee directly on it. All 4 men in the ring, but it's once again broken up.
Oh, Chimera 1 has had enough.
Yeah, reaching for the tag, but his partner's out on the floor. Now let Chimera 1 focus on the legal man. Backbreaker on the apron.
Oh. And then Uno comes in.
That single leg drop kick. And now Chimera 1 finding himself on the wrong side of dodge. Completely behind enemy lines. Snap suplex on the outside.
And he's paying for it. This could be really bad.
Yeah, Chimera 2 has yet to be in the ring. As the count reaches 6 past the halfway mark. Backstabber. Hey, the referee getting close. Telling him to get back in the ring.
And this match might be done. Oh, it's
Count
done. He's
reaches
not
9. Yeah, he's not getting up. Phantom Gate with the victory. Chimera 2 not even getting a chance to get in the ring.
Oh, he can't be happy about that, but a perfectly executed game plan. They targeted Chimera 1, beat the tar out of him till he could not continue.
Yeah, we see it on the replay. That big thrust kick, I mean, might have even knocked him out. Made him loopy a bit. I don't know. There might be concussion. I don't follow the concussion protocols here at CPW. The safety of the athletes is the most important thing. But your winners tonight.
And it's silence. Look at that.
Yeah, the crowd completely worried for Chimera 1. Phantom Gate seems perfectly fine with getting the victory via countout. Well, what a way to start tonight's show.
Not surprised when you're that desperate for a win. Any way to get it.
Yeah, absolutely. Phantom Gate, your first victors for tonight's show. Not to the crowd's happiness at all, but regardless, we have to move on. The show must continue, as they always say.
Now, here's a real interesting matchup. Two men that haven't got a lot of run time, but now get a chance to go against each other. Pretty Boy Marco versus Mason Masters in one-on-one action coming next.
Yeah, absolutely. It is the single division as CPW here in Catalyst Pro looks to continue to completely flesh out all bits of its roster. Everybody getting a chance to be in the ring.
Scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring, representing Italy, weighing in at 201 pounds, Pretty Boy Marco.
Yeah, just as you said earlier, both Pretty Boy Marco and Mason Masters had not really gotten a chance to show their stuff here in CPW. I mean, it's been 12 weeks, at least 3 months, and even still, we've seen a lot of crazy things here in the CPW arena, but there's still very hungry talent, and upper management hears and feels that hunger, that aura from those who have not been seen, and they're now getting the opportunity, especially after that hellacious night that was Cataclysm in Miami. They are getting a chance here tonight.
Yes, indeed. And maybe when the tag competition fully starts, when the belts get introduced and put on the line, maybe the higher ups will allow his partner, he is a tag team wrestler, Nick Marcello, to come over for tag matches.
202 pounds, the boss, Mason Masters.
And also a man trying to prove himself. Mason Masters was in a tag team with his mentor and idol, Scott Hero. But now, on his own for the first time, still very young in his wrestling career. Can he make some things happen here as he try to build some momentum?
Funnily enough, in the second contest, it's the first single matchup for tonight's card. Both men get back in the ring. This is the third meeting between these two as Pretty Boy Marco starts off head full of steam straight off a cannon. Close. Oh my goodness!
Oh my goodness! That's how he got him out in the battle royale.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. This is the third time. Quickly before this match fully gets underway, this is the third time these two men have met, but the very first time in singles competition, the first 2 times were in multi-mans. The first one, triple threat, where Marco was victorious. Then the second, in that battle royale, both of them wound up being eliminated. We saw Diz win that battle royale. That was the 10th encounter. Now finally these two get to mix it up here.
Indeed, and Marco eliminated Mason Masters from that battle royale. What's that clothesline? Very early in the match. So maybe a small rivalry developing between these two.
Yeah, absolutely. The same exact history playing out right before our eyes. And Marco continues flipping neckbreaker. Nicely done. And he's not done yet. Up on the top rope, blue corner. Huge elbow drop finds the mark.
And Marco really showing his worth here tonight.
Hooked the far leg. Only got a 1 count. Referee directly on it.
Marco showing he's not just a pretty face. Indeed. Mason Tiger suplex.
Nasty landing right across the shoulders. And look at that nice sidestep from both men. And Mason Masters sends it for the ride into the red corner. Marco fighting back.
Oh, big strike.
Mason drops him. 2 big elbows into the corner. And a third ends it with the bulldog.
Beautiful. Beautifully done.
He's got a head full of steam and big shoulder tackle. Running start. Now Mason go for a front chancery. And no! Into the guillotine. The hook's locked in. Into the guillotine.
That wrenched it pretty well.
Yeah, that's in deep. The crown of Marco's head points to the ground so he cannot see. He's completely unaware that the rope is right there. Muscling out of it.
No, he got him just enough to put him back down and get out. Mason Masters really showed us something right there. Trying to put the match away. Didn't quite do it. Oh, went for the leg sweep. Went for the high knee. Both misses.
Yeah, martial art sequence there. Tiger Super this time with the bridge. Referee out of position. But he gets it. Mason Masters with the victory. Finally getting a 1-up against Marco. Nicely done.
Gets the revenge from the battle royale. Look at that. Look at the dodge of the leg sweep. Beautiful. Almost martial arts S, and then a tiger suplex. Went back to the well. Dropped him on the crown of his head. Back of the head, excuse me. And a good win. Mason Master for his very first singles match victory, I believe.
Absolutely. Very first singles match for both men. Mason Masters finally getting the one up on Marco, especially after that fast elimination from the 10th encounter in that battle royale. Nicely done. Congratulations to Mason Masters. This I was saying in the previous matchup in our opening contest. The roster here on CPW, very diverse talent across the board. It doesn't matter if it's on the bottom of the card or at the top. You will see action like you have never seen it. As the card continues, what night has been, but man, time is flying by. We already here at our semi-main event of the evening. More singles competition. A bit of PHW flavor. Last match, Pro Wrestling Moon flavor. Now PHW flavor as we see Diz and Razor taking each other on. Singles competition. This has stemmed from last week. If I'm not mistaken, as I get my notes in order, Diz making his way out here.
No, you are
first.
correct. I believe it was the main event that Razor got the pin on Diz in that triple threat. Razor has always been good at them. Some have said he is the master, the king of the triple threat. But he's going to have to deal with the Prince one-on-one, where there will be no extra X variable.
Yeah, absolutely. You said it perfectly. We've seen over the years, across the history in the pro wrestling business, people have been heralded as the master of the triple threat or three-way dance. People like Super Crazy, people like Tajiri, people like Takamichi Noku that have cut their teeth and made their presence here in the United States in the triple threat environment. Razor now looking to add his name to those ranks. However, not at the expense of Diz. Razor getting that pinfall on Diz after Calvin Harris hit that pop-up punch on him. Diz looking to get that revenge. Singles competition here in the semi-main event.
Yes, indeed. Calvin Harris, have to hate it. He did the hard work. But Razor, as smart as always, one of the smartest wrestlers on the roster. One of the most cerebral with his planning.
Brooklyn, New York, weighing in at 197 pounds, Hardcore Razor.
Here he is, the man himself, Razor. He's going to have a bit of an added edge to him after aligning himself with Duke Diablo.
Yes, indeed. We've only seen the beginning of that partnership. I wonder if more will start to come with it. Will we see them more with each other at ringside, one or the other? We'll have to see how these type of things develop. It's still early on, only 3 months in. Personal relationships starting to form.
And where we see type factions, alliances form here in the CPW arena, I think it's only inevitable. But here we go, semi-main event time. The bell sounds. Razor starts off quick, 3 body blows, and ends the combination with European uppercut.
Well, we know Razor could be as aggressive. These two have met each other many times. They in the same beginning class, PHW.
Razor starting out very quick, looking to smother the taller Diz. Referee calls rope break on the first pinfall attempt.
Indeed, that's always been one of Diz's weaknesses. Some say Diz is too relaxed. He's a very relaxed, cool, calm, collected person. Sometimes people, I think, want him to have more fire. And it's different for each personality, but the aggressiveness of other wrestlers, like right now, seems to sometimes overwhelm Diz.
Yeah, Diz rolls out and Razor taking her time to tumble. Wait, hold on! Tony low, my goodness! Cleared the entire ringside area, almost into the rampway.
Indeed, and right now, Razor is taking it to Diz. He's trying to get in the win column, did not have the career he quite wanted in PHW. And outside Spanish fly.
Yeah, after not one but 2 side steps, move out of the way, and then the quad kicks on the outside. Maybe that's some of that aggression that people are saying Diz needs. Able to move out of the way of the stomp, and then with the head movement, able to weave out of the punch before hitting that standing Spanish fly. Count reaches 6, already past the halfway mark.
Could we see another count out? We might. Oh, this gets back in the ring. Razor, is he gonna get back in the ring?
Taking his time.
But he does.
Rolls right into a big right hand to the back of the head. Irish
But even with people saying that about Diz, he did have a lot of success in PHW as a tag team wrestler and as a singles guy. Not quite title worthy, but he was moving up the rankings. He showed a lot of potential as a young wrestler. Nice reversal.
And I'm looking for the pretty. No, wait. It's a bulldog. Nicely done. Razor looking to put Diz away after that combination. Probably that vertical drop brainbuster, but grabs the rope. Referee sees it.
Surprised the referee saw it. Diz was right in front of him.
Yeah, it wasn't a good.
By the referee.
Yeah, it wasn't a good position for the referee, but nicely done by the official. Razor rolls out now.
Oh yeah, looks like Diz was gonna come with something. Razor rolls out.
And that's exactly why he rolled out, playing a bit of possum, bought himself enough time. Once again, Diz able to move out of the way to stomp, but this time Razor with the toe kick. Now big right hand.
Oh my goodness! For a moment there, I thought Diz was gonna get out of that. No, he ran right into a knee.
Yeah, dropped him face first across his knee. They once again battle on the outside. Count reaches 5. He's looking to take his time, dismantling Diz.
And that's the roll zone. Uh-oh.
And Razor looking to take the cheap way out. The count reaches 7. Razor will happily take this count out victory at the count of 8 now. Diz now moving. Razor. Now look at Razor with the taunt. And Razor gets it with a chorus of boos. Razor opting not even to fight Diz, just to take the count out. That's 2 count outs on 1 episode. My goodness, the crowd here not happy at CPW Arena. I mean, I don't blame them.
Yeah, unfortunately, this is pro wrestling, though. You don't always get a good, clean win.
Yeah, especially when you deal with underhanded fighters like Razor. You see Razor with the taunts here in the replay. Look at him, and here comes the victory dance. Just as he hears the ref count 9. Very disrespectful.
Indeed, he's got over Diz twice now for his 2nd win in a row. Razor has seen to have just gotten smarter and finding ways to win.
Yeah, and I think it's very safe to assume that is because of the teachings, or at least being around the likes of Duke Diablo. Razor looking to completely upgrade his career trajectory here in CPW. But I feel like this is not going to be the end, at least for both the first and third matches on the card. I feel like we will get at least a rematch somewhere down the line, if not immediately. 2 countouts on 1 night. I mean, nobody here is happy, but unfortunately, the show must go on. We are at main event time, as this one should be a good one. Colin Sexton and Muta one-on-one. My goodness. Bit
Indeed,
of a recap.
I hope we get a clean one out of this one. Oh.
What's going on here? Colin Sexton extends the hand.
Oh, they're pulling it away, but then he's a slap by Muta.
Yeah, it's a big slap by Muta. Colin Sexton now pissed off. Muta not playing any of Colin Sexton's games. Here you go, the bell sounds.
And they run at each other.
But Colin not able to take Muta down.
What a way to start the match. Colin's not really used to being towered over, but this is a big man in Muta.
Yeah, absolutely. Colin trying to buy some space. Does it just enough. Able to inch out of the way the big boot, but not that short arm clothesline.
Just a short little recap of what happened recently. Muta actually had a big match against John Goodman, our world champion, before Catalysm in Miami, where Muta lost. But it took 3 pile drivers to take him down, just to show you how durable he is. And Colin Sexton had a grueling match with Ryo Takahashi destruction match 2 out of 3 falls count anywhere that he won after it was 1-1 to make it 2-1 with his victory after throwing Rio into the steel steps and probably taking him out for at least a couple weeks, if not months.
Yeah, absolutely. Just as you're saying, I look at the action hot and heavy here in the main event. I mean, Colin immediately following Muta out to the outside, went for that shoulder thrust. Finally was able to successfully take him down, but Muta popped right back up. But Colin staying on the attack. This is the same exact strategy that he had on Ryo Takahashi. How long will it last on Muta though? The count reaches 6.
Hopefully not another count out. But it's getting dangerously close. We're at 7. Referee imploring Muta to get up. Oh, and he does.
He does. At the count of Van, he runs back in the ring. The match continues. The Irish rip off the far end. A power bomb. Referee, perfect position. And only a 1 count.
Oh, yeah, Colin Sexton is durable too. They don't call him the king for nothing. Oh, look at that clothesline. There's a clothesline of his own. And another one.
It's 2 of them. And a third one off the ropes. Muta previously won a singles match against Big Dalton. Then, just as you said, had that hellacious match against John Goodman, the now present, we love the present champion. Meanwhile, Colin Sexton has beaten Ryo Takahashi twice now. Magic to keep his undefeated streak, if I am not mistaken. Colin Sexton wanted a shot at John Goodman, but not if Muta had anything to say about it. That is how our main event for tonight's show has started. Or came to be, I should say. Colin Sexton with the pinfall attempt here. He gets a 2 count.
And not a lot of men could attack Muta with that type of power. That just shows you how good Colin Sexton is. Very interesting. He one of the most popular wrestlers in Pro Wrestling Moon, but has changed his opinion. Wait, look at that! Oh, beautiful! And he's looking at trying to end it.
Yeah, with that running headbutt. And finds it. My goodness, Muta donning the Crimson Mask.
No! We should have known it's never that easy with Muta, but he does have to roll out.
Look at Colin up top, neutral corner. My goodness, guillotine leg drop from the top to the floor.
Colin has been in the driver's seat.
Yeah, and still trying to stay dominantly in that driver's seat. An STO on the outside, count reaches 5.
I'm not that surprised. Colin Sexton was not the longest reigning Pro Wrestling Moon World Champion for nothing. He's one of the best wrestlers in the world. It's a carry by Muta.
Look at the agility by the big man. A fireman's carry position. And throw first on the top rope goes Colin. But Colin pops back up. And a big spear puts him back down.
On the back row. That might be it. Out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere, Colin Sexton gets it. Oh my goodness, who will be able to stop Colin Sexton? I mean, look at the display of power. Look at the big boot out of, even after that spear. Big boot sent up the ring.
I know he felt that spear though, but he is a reason. He's arguably the best here.
Yeah, and I think he's every night, every time he's in a match, he solidifies it. My goodness. Able to get past Muta with that big boot, that pump kick.
Yes, there's a reason he is the king.
Colin Sexton looking to reclaim his throne that he once had in Pro Wrestling Moon. Now looking for the crown here on CPW. Will he find it? Will he get that title shot that he wants against John Goodman? We're just going to have to find out by continuing to stay in tune with CPW. But unfortunately, we are out of time. Make sure to stay tuned in for whatever comes next. But until then, good night, everybody.